And there we go. How does that sound? For anyone that's watching the stream, let me know if everything is coming in loud and clear. It's a pretty quiet night tonight. I figured I'd sit back and just chill with a game that I'm very familiar with. I was going to stream Bayonetta 3 tonight, but I'm not really in the mood to hook up a bunch of things behind my setup because like whenever I want to stream console games, I gotta sort of like rewire a bunch of cables in the back of the monitors and all that stuff, and it's like I'm a little lazy today, so I kind of don't feel like doing that. So I was going through my Steam library to see if there would be any game that I could just easily boot up. And well, Bayonetta is my go-to game, and it's always fun to goof around in. I was also thinking of doing Wonderful 101, and that's certainly another option if you guys want to see some Wonderful 101 action tonight. Let me see. We'll get started in a few minutes. Hold on. I should have access. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Zep. How's it going, man? I'm doing fine. I've been very busy these past few days. I've been learning to cook other types of meals aside from my go-to basics. I've been learning to make soup for myself. I've been learning to make tacos and all sorts of things, mainly as a way to keep myself occupied. Since I don't have a car here in Buffalo, I've had to spend a lot of time just walking about. So I would walk to the supermarkets. Like, there's a Tops about 10 minutes away from where I live over there, and there's a Family Dollar not too far from over here, like where I can go and grab like my milk and other sorts of groceries. So I would just gather as much as I can and then just think about like what are some of the things that I can sit down and cook. So I've been making stuff from pizza to tacos to steak and soup and burgers, and it's a lot of fun. It's mainly a way to keep myself occupied, and also so that I don't spend a lot of money on restaurants. Like, since I don't actually get the chance to go to restaurants very frequently, I figured it'd be a lot of fun to just make stuff here. And also it helps with my meal planning because I do a lot of meal preps so that I can be able to portion out exactly what I need to eat so that I can continue doing my weight loss regime. And, these past few months I was able to drop down about 10 pounds. So that's pretty neat. But I still got a long way to go before I can really lose this big belly fat of mine. But I'll tell you, I really do miss Miami. There's a lot of stuff in Miami that I really miss. Because there's a lot of places there that, you know what it is? You know what it is? I got to bring this up because this is funny to me. The thing I've come to learn about Buffalo is that there are very little Hispanic cuisines here. Very, very little. I can't find any Cuban restaurants, no Colombian restaurants, and certainly no Salvadorian restaurants, which is where I'm from. I'm from El Salvador. And one of my favorite Salvadorian delicacies is pupusas. There are nothing like that here. There's no Latino foods here. So there's no pan con beefsteaks. There's no pupusas. There's none of that shit. So I really miss the Spanish cuisines that we have over in Miami. So once I actually do fly back to Florida to visit my family later this year, I'm going to pig out on all the Hispanic cuisines because I really miss that shit. I miss just walking into a Sedano's and buying a pan con bistec. I freaking miss that shit. I had to learn to make my own pan con bistecs, and I actually post pictures of that on my Instagram account. Now, I don't ask for you guys to follow my Instagram account because that's more like a personal thing. Not like personal, but it's like that's an account where I use my real name. But I mean, if you guys want to, you can follow me there. I go by the name Beautiful Raf. You know, kind of like Beautiful Joe, except Beautiful Raf. So it's Beautiful RAF. You'll find me there. It's mostly just me taking pictures of like things that I see when I'm touring around the world. Because like earlier this year, around June and July, I went to New York City. And in New York City, I was there. I got to see the One Trade Center. I saw the 9/11 museum, which was something I had always wanted to see. Um, and you know, I also went there to see the Sonic the Hedgehog concert. You know, let's see, way back in the old days, I was the slimmest, and now I'm probably the heaviest. It is extremely difficult to keep track of Keith. Man, I haven't spoken to Keith in such a long time. I know I still follow him on Facebook, and I know he's still on Xbox because every once in a while I do see his Xbox account pop up while I'm on my Series X. Like he still goes by the name Monkey Man. I haven't really spoken to him in a while. Let me adjust this camera for a sec. So, I mean, I don't know what he's up to outside of the fact that I know he's married and he has a couple of kids, and he's doing great for himself. And yeah, I remember back in middle in well, kind of like middle school and high school, you were the slimmest. I was the chubby kid, man. I was really big. After we left high school, I ended up gaining a lot of weight, and I was like at 300 pounds. And the reason why I decided to lose weight was because I suffered through acid reflux. I had gone through acid reflux, and I remember going to the doctor, and my doctor told me like part of the reason why I had acid reflux was because I wasn't taking good care of myself. You know, because like my blood sugar was high, my cholesterol was high, and you know, like I didn't like the experience of acid reflux because my throat was on fire. I was puking everywhere. It was a horrible experience. So that moment was kind of like a wake up call for me, and that's what got me to go on this weight loss journey. I used to be my highest weight was 298 pounds. And so I went from 298 all the way down to 170. Like that's the lowest I've made it to. Actually, no, the lowest I made it to was 150 pounds. But then I sort of gained it back, so I went up to 190. Then I started going through this yo-yo shit. So I was like at 190, then I was at 200, and I was at 180, and I'm hovering around the 170s. And one of the things I want to do is break my old record past the 150 and make it to 140, because I think by the time I get to 140 pounds, I think that's when my belly will go away. Because the thing I hate about weight loss is that when you lose weight, the last thing you lose is your belly fat. So I was able to lose a lot of weight. So it's like I have great face gains. Like my arms are actually doing a lot better. My legs are great. My back has never been better. But my belly is the only thing sticking out, and I hate that. Oh yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. All right, so enough of the talking shit. Let's play Bayonetta and just talk shit. If you guys have anything you want to know about, if you guys have any questions, you know, like I'm down to talk about anything tonight, really. I'm just gonna be doing Angel Slayer. You know, the basic shit. Just mowing down a bunch of enemies, see how far I can go. So, I'm not really gonna try. I'm just gonna play the game. Like, how do I explain it? Because I play Bayonetta in two different ways. I play in focus mode where I'm very focused and I try to actually do good. And then there's the relax mode where I just sit back and let my autopilot take control. Take it from me, like, keto diet. I mean, there's all different types of diets you can go through, and there's really no wrong way of losing weight. It really just boils down to calories in, calories out. That's been my routine for weight loss. I would measure everything and just punch in the information on this app called MyFitnessPal, and MyFitnessPal will tell me how many calories that meal has. So I would balance everything around and make sure that I only get about 1,800 calories every day. And that helps me out a lot. The way I do it is I have a 500 calorie breakfast, a 500 calorie lunch, and a 500 calorie dinner, and then I snack in between. And just with that, that's helped me out in losing weight. And then of course there's exercise, although exercise is not entirely needed when you're doing calorie counting, but it's certainly helpful in pushing you down a little bit more, you know, especially like if you ate a little bit more than what you wanted. Like there's days where I would eat like 2,000 calories. So then I would go out and walk for an hour and I would burn just enough to get me down to 1,800 calories. Stuff like that is very, very helpful, you know, and the idea with weight loss is that you can't just simply flip a switch and go into diet mode. And then when you reach a number, you can go back to doing what you want. No, the whole thing about weight loss is you have to get it into your mind that this is a lifestyle change, where the way you eat now or the way you eat in your diet is the way you should remain eating for the rest of your life. It's kind of like how the reason why people are skinny is because they eat less than what they actually need. You know what I mean? That's why they remain skinny, you know, and the reason why fat people are fat is because they eat a lot more than what they need. And as you get larger, you're able to consume more. So it's like that vicious cycle. You know, you have to get in that mindset where you have to eat like a skinny person if you want to be a skinny person. It's not easy, but that's how it is. It certainly wasn't easy for me the first time I got around to my weight loss routine. Okay, let's see. What are the weapons I shall use? Okay, someone's asking, do I prefer Bayo 1 over 3? Yes and no. I remember saying this on Twitter, but I know this is going to be the most shocking thing that someone's going to hear from me, but in a lot of ways, I actually like Bayonetta 3 more than 1. The way I see it, Bayonetta 1 is a fantastic game for the real meat and potato of combat. Like, you get the real in-depth experience, while Bayonetta 3 is more about letting players go extremely creative with their puppeteering combat. I would put Bayonetta 3 on the same wavelength as The Wonderful 101, where the game's controls are very complex, but it offers something it offers something really great and cathartic for the players that love to craft their combos. You know, especially with the whole puppet kind of gameplay where you play as Bayonetta, but you also summon these monsters, so you fight in tandem. I know there's a common complaint that a lot of people say online, and it's something that I've come to hate, where a lot of people say that Bayonetta 3 is a terrible game because you could just summon the monsters and have them do the whole work. And while that's definitely true, you could just sit in the back and let them do all the work. I feel like that's the equivalent of playing Vanquish and just staying in cover and just going for headshots and not do any cool stuff. You're limiting yourself to the absolute potential of what the game allows you to do. It's kind of like how I remember someone online kept complaining about how Devil May Cry 4 is not a deep game because you could just swap to Gilgamesh and then do the uppercut Gilgamesh and then go into Devil Trigger in order to kill an enemy in one hit. Yes, you could kill an enemy in one hit, but that's undermining the fact that the rest of the tools the game has really allows you to do a lot of things. So that's the common thing that people say about 3, where it's like, oh, you could just do this, spam this one thing, blah, blah, blah. Why would I do anything else? And it's like, yeah, why would you do anything else? Because it's fun, damn it. Yeah, no, exactly. People really do misunderstand 3. Like, I can't believe I'm the person that advocates for Bayonetta 3 when a lot of people were expecting me to really destroy Bayonetta 3 and say it sucks. But no, I've come to be one of the few people that actually believes that Bayonetta 3 is a good game. It's different from your typical Bayonetta experience, yes, but I don't think it's bad. I will say there are some bad things in the game. I'm not about to say that Bayonetta 3 is perfect because it's not Wonderful 101. But I will say that for the imperfection that the game has, there's definitely some good in it. It just requires a lot of effort to enjoy. Know what I mean? Yeah, Bayo 3 definitely has untapped combo theory, and I will explore that shit when I get the chance. I just haven't been playing that much Bayonetta as of lately because I've been so busy with my own life, you know. That's why I have to apologize for the lack of new content on my channel. You know, like I haven't really been making any new stuff. I certainly haven't been doing any of those Bayonetta 3 Pure Platinum videos. I apologize, but it's because, man, living on my own I thought was going to be easy, and not really. Especially since I don't have a car. I don't have a car, so I spend so much of my time walking. Let me put it to you like this. On a daily basis, I walk to work. I do all that stuff at work. I sit at my computer doing graphic design. 8 hours later, I come back home walking. Then when I'm home, I gotta start cooking my meal because no one's gonna cook for me. I gotta make my meal. Then when I'm done, I'm fucking tired as hell. I don't feel like playing video games. Hold on a sec. I feel like my audio is coming in too loud. Is it too loud for you guys? I don't think so, right? Never mind. Yeah, so it's like I spend the day walking to work, doing my work, walking all the way back. Then I gotta cook. Then I gotta clean because I gotta clean the dishes because no one's gonna do that for me. And then when I'm done, I don't want to play video games, which is the worst thing I could ever say about myself because I love video games, but I don't have fucking time to sit down and veg out on video games because I just don't feel like it. When I'm done doing all that shit, all my daily routine, I prefer to just sit down and watch anime and movies. I've been catching up on a lot of TV shows as of lately. Like I started watching The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2, which is something I never got around to. And also I've been marathoning King of the Hill because I really love King of the Hill. Yeah, exactly. I get pooped so easily. But I swear to Christ, I swear, I promise you guys, I will be back to making content soon enough. There's a lot of stuff I've promised, and I will get around to it soon. I gotta make new combo videos. I'm working on a bunch of combo videos for a few games that I'm not gonna mention right now. I realize now I haven't played Bayonetta 1 in such a long time because I'm so out of practice with my timing. But all in due time. I think after a few verses I should be good. Dude. I have to have a day dedicated to washing my clothes. We have a laundry. We have a room in this apartment, only one room that's a laundry room, and it only has one washer and one dryer. So me and a few of the other people that live here, we've had to sit down and actually schedule things out. And so I've taken Sunday as the day where I get the washer and dryer. And so I grab all my clothes and I spend the day just taking everything there, washing everything, bringing it in, washing, drying, and then by the end of the day, I'm folding up all of my clothes, and it's like, damn, I'm done. I don't want to do anything else, man. It sucks because I also have to pay for the laundry. It's not a free laundry. I always got to go out there and get some quarters, and then I can start doing my laundry shit. Relatable, right? Man, such is the case of having to live in a studio apartment just to get by with good money. You never seen that strat before? Well, oh, you mean like me killing the kinships, right? Well, don't worry. It only works in Angel Slayer. It does not work in the actual main game. There we go. Please elaborate. Okay, so you know how Bayonetta can damage enemies by falling? You have to be at a good height. Well, when the kinships spawn, they spawn against like this area where there's like an invisible wall. So if you squeeze yourself in the corner, you'll be stuck between the kinship and the invisible wall while Bayonetta is falling, and as she's falling, she just damages the enemy on the way down, which does a ton of damage. That's why it only works here in Angel Slayer. Just curious, have you seen the tweets from the Assault Spies dev's new game? Yes, I have. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the new game he's working on. It's not going to be your standard action game, but I'm always looking forward to what that guy's got to do. To what that guy's doing. I don't know why I'm talking like shit today. Assault Spy is a game I definitely got to get back into. I was in the middle of making a combo video for that game, but I never got around to finishing it. But it's definitely one of the games that I want to do a combo video for. It's on my to-do list. All right, let's see. You said it's been years, but you into any of the Warhammer lore? Unfortunately, I am not into Warhammer altogether. It's a franchise that never really spoke to me. I do apologize. I know it's a very popular series, and I know Sega picked up the Warhammer franchise, but outside of that, I don't really know much about Warhammer. Am I into Marvel or DC? I am into Marvel. It's funny, because, like, I would not consider myself a hardcore Marvel fan, but I became a Marvel fan more because of the Marvel vs. Capcom games. I don't know if you remember me being obsessed with Marvel vs. Capcom back in the Dreamcast days, but I freaking loved Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I would always go to the arcades. I would always go to let me see. What was that arcade place that had it? The movie theater in Main Street, which used to be the Cobb's Theater. Back in middle school and high school, they had the arcade cabinet for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I would always go there every Friday to get my MVC2 fix, because I fucking love that game. I have it for the Dreamcast. I am proud to say that I have the original Dreamcast copy, like not a fake copy, not a like a bootleg copy, the actual legit thing, and I'm sure that fetches a pretty penny. Lately, I've been playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a lot, just because 3 is so much fun. I don't know if you guys follow me on Steam. You might have noticed me playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 a lot. But yeah, like, I was more into Marvel because of the games. I'm slowly getting into Marvel a little bit more, because here's the thing. I want you guys to know something about me. As a kid, I was never into action cartoons. Because a lot of people would always tell me, dude, when I was a kid, I grew up watching X-Men and Batman, the animated series. And as a kid, I was never into that. I was more about the wacky cartoons, Like, I grew up watching Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, basically everything on the Kids WB lineup. And cartoons like X-Men never really appealed to me. The only action cartoon I loved as a kid was Beast Wars Transformers. But the reason why I liked it is because even though it had really good action, it was also just really hilarious, the jokes they would throw in. Like, my favorite joke that I always reference with my friends is that bit in that show where Optimus Prime, when he becomes Optimal Optimus, in one episode he gets sick, like he gets the electric sickness, and like, he's trying his best to talk to his teammates while he's on the floor in pain. And he's like, you and Raptor are our only hope. Defend them. Defend them. And then he just starts singing, there he is, my little guy. There he is, my little. Isn't he cute? It's such a funny bit, and it's really hilarious. Is there a Discord server to talk about Bayo? Yes, check the description in this video. I have the link to the Discord server. It's called the Bayonetta Lab Corner. A great place to talk about Bayonetta combat walkthroughs and guides and combo tips. So definitely check it out. So yeah, I was more about the wacky cartoons, but recently I started marathoning the old action cartoons. I just finished watching not only the original X-Men cartoon, which I actually now realize is really, really good. I didn't realize, I mean, I know it was popular. It was very popular for a reason, but it never really vibed with me. But now that I see it, I definitely know why people love it. And I can see that the Marvel vs. Capcom games drew so much from those cartoons. And not only did I see the original X-Men series, but I also got to go through the entire X-Men 97 series, and I can't wait for the next season. So yeah, I'm slowly catching up on the Marvel stuff. And yes, I have watched the MCU, not the entire MCU lineup though. Like, I have seen Iron Man, Iron Man 2, the Incredible Hulk, which technically isn't part of the MCU lineup. I don't know. You could say it's part, maybe not. I don't know. But there's not enough Hulk movies, because the Hulk is my favorite Marvel hero, and I'm so mad that there isn't a legit Hulk movie for the MCU lineup. They always just relegate him to being the side character in these other movies. Although I will say, I love his appearance in Thor Ragnarok. I thought that was great. And of course, you know, Hulk in the Avengers with his whole, like, I see this as a victory or whatever the hell he says. It's all funny, you know. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up on everything you guys are saying. Let's see. Hey, Sets, I'm trying to get used to John Bayo 1, but the low combo Wicked Weaves thing is a little kind of troubling me. Do you have any tips? Like, what do you mean by low combo Wicked Weaves? Because the thing about John is that she's pretty much identical to Bayonetta. The difference is that you have to trigger Witch Time through Bat Within or Perfect Parries to actually activate Wicked Weave. I mean, not Wicked Weaves, Witch Time. And it's only in Witch... Okay, let me take a step back. It's only through Bat Within and Perfect Parries are you able to enter Witch Time. Because Witch Time is very scarce when you play as John, you're compensated with this by getting double the points with Wicked Weave, so you have to make it count. It's one of those where John is the very definition of perfection. Like, you have to be so on the dot with John to get a good score with her. My favorite MCU movie? That's a very, very good question. I'm trying to think, like, what is my favorite? I can't quite put my finger on it because they're all pretty good. I mean, there are some that I can say is really bad. Like Black Panther. I'm not going to say it's bad, but you could tell the CGI in that movie was really, really terrible. I guess if you want to count it, Deadpool and Wolverine, I recently just saw that movie and I thought it was great. Get out of here. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago we ran into each other. I do hope that we get to see each other soon. I will be visiting my family around the week of Thanksgiving. So I'll give you the heads up so that we can like hang out during that week if possible. I'm gonna be calling all of my friends when I'm back in Miami. Damn it! I looked away for a second. Get over here, you son of a bitch. I love Grace and Glory. I find them to be the best enemies in the game. Of course, you try telling that to the people in our Bayonetta, because they'll tell you they're the worst designed enemies. Which just lets you know they're a bunch of scrub lords. I'm sorry, but, like, I hate to be very harsh, but if you're one of those people that say Grace and Glory are badly designed You are not fit to be discussing Bayonetta. They are very well designed enemies. They are designed to work around Bayonetta's movements and attacks. So you have to dance with them. But you know, people want the easy way out, I suppose. Yeah, no, they never really made any enemies of that caliber. They are way too good. Well, to be perfectly honest, how could you make enemies better than Grace and Glory? Certainly not Sloth. Graces and Glory, I mean, Graces and Glories are basically Grace and Glory, except there are some minor differences. A lot of people don't actually catch these differences, but Gracious and Glorious are actually fundamentally different from the regular Grace and Glory that isn't just you can't activate Witch Time. Because when you meet up with Grace and Glory for the very first time, they attack you individually. Like, they take turns, I should say. Like, if one of them is attacking you, the other one's going to sit in the back. Graces and Glorious ignores that. They sometimes go for you at the same time. Not only that, when you fight against Grace and Glory for the very first time, like on normal mode, when you kill one of the GG boys, the other one will start activating their special abilities, like the tornado attacks or the lightning thing. When you fight them for the first time, like as a group, they never tap into their special abilities. They only become aggressive when you kill one of them. This is to teach you how they behave, like what are the things they do. But then when you run into Gracious and Glorious, then they start doing those special abilities right from the start. So, those are the big differences between them outside of the whole lack of Witch Time thing. However, when you go into hard mode, Grace and Glory start to pick up the traits that Gracious and Glorious has. So, by the time you make it to Nonstop Infinite Climax, every Grace and Glory encounter ends up becoming a Gracious and Glorious encounter just by virtue of the lack of Witch Time, you know? I don't think I would share this during stream, but if I haven't told you what happened in 2016, hit me up wherever. Dude, that sounds a little ominous, but sure. I'll get in contact with you to see what happened back then. Oh yeah, no, getting pure plats against Grace and Glory is super satisfying. It's a dance, and when you outmaneuver them, it's like the most cathartic feeling in the world. I would say Grace and Glory are the kinds of enemies you would typically expect in a game like Godhand. I feel like Grace and Glory are Godhand enemies. Get out of here. Oh yeah, very, very likely. Yeah, because I know the devs of Godhand lent a hand, so to speak, to Bayonetta. I wish they would have stuck around for 2 and 3. I mean, if you're having troubles trying to do a perfect run, there's no shame in using the Pulley's Butterfly. Let me see. Oh, I already have that equipped. Yeah, this thing. There's no shame in using that. Especially in Bayonetta 1, where the magic gain is really good. Get out of here. God, I really, really hate Sloth. I really think Sloth is one of the worst enemy designs out there. I could make an entire video discussing why they suck. Like, I know there was someone online who told me, like, let me see if I can really dial it back a bit here. Someone told me that the reason I hate Sloth is because I'm not able to combo against them. And that's not true, because I find Grace and Glory to be amazing enemies despite the fact that you cannot combo against them. You can do interesting creative juggles against them, but you have to really squeeze a few things in there. Like, it's hard to explain, but the basis of it is you can't really juggle Grace and Glory. So I hate Sloth not because you can't juggle against them. I hate Sloth because nothing about Sloth feels rewarding when you fight against them. Because the thing about Sloth is, for one, every witch time that you get off of Sloth has ridiculously short witch time length. So the whole idea behind Sloth is to always constantly be making sure, like, you have to constantly bait its attacks, or you have to constantly bait Sloth into triggering a witch time every single time. Like, it's a constant barrage of dodges that you have to perfect. And you also have to you have to keep it in mind that your witch time is not going to help you all the time. Like, once you're in witch time, sneak in one hit and then prepare for the witch time to disable. And then you're back in the baiting. So it's like bait, attack, bait, attack, bait, attack. And it's such a push and pull kind of experience that is never fun. Because it feels like what makes Bayonetta 1 such a fun game is that you can exploit these enemies by baiting them into something so that you get a reward out of it. Like the reward for juggling, the reward for comboing, the reward for manipulating these enemies. Sloths have extreme, what's that word I'm looking for? Extreme poise, where no matter what you do to them, you hit them, you smack them, you slip them, they are not manipulated. You might as well be fighting against a wall. You know what I mean? It's kind of like fighting against kinship. You can't manipulate kinship. You can't launch it. You can't throw it. You can't do anything to it. All you could just do is attack, dodge, attack, dodge, attack, dodge. There's no real fun to that. At least with Sloth, he's more interesting than kinship in terms of the way he moves around and whatnot. But I still feel like it's not nearly as fun. I feel like Sloth would be a lot more fun if you could bait him into something and manipulate him along the way. Like, keep tripping him up. You know, like, if Drazer's watching this video, because Drazer will always come in and say, you are always wrong about Bayonetta. How could you? Because he's always telling me that, like, Sloth is fun because it's all about learning to read every single move he has. And I'm willing to agree with that to some extent. Like, the whole thing about Bayonetta 2 is the game is really fun when you know all the frame data for all the enemies. If you can understand the frame data for all the enemies, Bayonetta 2 ends up becoming a lot of fun. But it just feels so funnel because that seems to be the only real strategy to making the most out of Bayonetta 2 is the frame data. There's no leg room for really letting the players strut their skills. The only real true skill is just having absolute precise dodge timing every time. So it's not nearly as fun. I know for some people it is fun. You know, I'm not going to take that away from them. I'm not going to tell people like, oh, you're wrong for liking Bayonetta 2. I know that there are good merits to Bayonetta 2. It's just, I really wish there was a better sense of reward to Bayonetta 2. I keep talking about this on Twitter, but like the thing that I ultimately don't like about Bayonetta 2 is the lack of high risk, high reward values. In Bayonetta 1, there is a great sense of high risk, high reward. Go for the trickier dodges, like perfect timing dodges or perfect parries, you get a really good witch time off of that, which doubles in length if you attack an enemy. Like, I don't know if you guys know how the witch time system works in 1, but it's actually very intricate. Like, when you do a regular dodge off of an enemy, you get 2 seconds of witch time. Just a regular dodge, 2 seconds. But in that witch time, if you hit an enemy, the witch time delays its duration to the point that it can last about 4 seconds. So almost double the time, so from 2 to 4 seconds. If you do a bat within dodge, you get 3 seconds. But again, if you're in that duration and you hit an enemy, it doubles the length to 6 seconds. But if you go for the even riskier witch time, which is the perfect parry, you get 4 seconds, which can double to 8. So there's a sense of reward for going for the trickier maneuvers. Like, you're rewarded with a better witch time when you do a perfect parry, because you're putting yourself in danger. You're not dodging, you're going for a perfect parry. So the reward behind that feels more cathartic in the long run. In Bayonetta 2, they got rid of that system. They made it where the witch time is based on specific enemies and their attacks. So some enemies can be like giving you 1 second of witch time no matter what. And sometimes it's not even not even just the enemy itself, but the attack they do. So I've like, a good example would be the Braves. Like, when the Brave hits you with their punch and you dodge it, you get 1 second. But if you dodge their axe, that's 2 seconds. So it's like the equation of witch time is taken away from you. So now you have to keep in mind that the witch time is not going to play with you. And I feel like they did that because they wanted players to constantly be baiting enemies, which, again, I know for some people it's fun. It's not fun for me. And even worse, because the witch time system is based on enemy attacks, that means that the riskier playstyle, like perfect parries, has no good reward behind that, which begs the question, why would you go for a perfect parry if it's just going to give you the same value as a regular dodge? You see where I'm coming from? Every time I bring this up on Reddit, people are like, oh, you just think too much about this. I like turning off my brain and beating up a bunch of enemies. How come you can't do that? And it's like, come on, man. There's more to these games than just turning off your brain and just letting, Jesus take the wheel. Come on, man. How did this stream become a Bayonetta 2 rant? I swear, it always becomes a Bayonetta 2 rant. I don't even rant about Bayonetta 2 anymore on Twitter. I don't do it because I've agreed not to. Because now that I like Bayonetta 3, I realize how annoying it is for people to come in and say, hey, you like a shitty game. So I don't do that anymore. But I will gladly talk about the faults the game has. No, it's okay. It's okay. You guys are asking the questions and you will get the right delivery. Damn it, I missed that. Hold on. There we go. Woo! That was awesome. Now talk about why Bayo 3 is better than 2. I can give you one good reason why Bayonetta 3 is better than 2. It has a better sense of reward! Call me crazy, but you know, when I do my combos, I prefer to actually be rewarded for my effort behind it. And I feel like Bayonetta 3 does a lot better with that. First of all, they reinstated the witch time system so that it feels a little bit more in tune with 1. It doesn't quite have... Ooh, wait, did I parry that? Oh shit, I think I did. Hold on. Ah, fuck, I hate these creatures. Give me 1 second. Let me just destroy these guys quickly. There we go. Come on. I hate these bastards so much. I mean, it's not that they're annoying or anything, but, you know, they definitely trip you up when you're not paying attention. Get out of here. Okay. What faults can I bring up about 3? Ooh, I do have a laundry list of problems that I have with 3. For one, let's see. My biggest gripe with 3 is that Bayonetta's combos herself are a little awkward to pull off. Because the thing is, in Bayonetta 1, there was a greater sense of momentum to Bayonetta's movements. Like, for example, when you're in Panther mode and you jump and dodge, look at that momentum! Bayonetta can fling herself with the use of momentum. They got rid of this in 2. And unfortunately, the same thing applies to 3, where 3 follows 2's momentum, which is to say that there's a lack of momentum. And because of that, there's no real good sense of weight to Bayonetta when you're doing these mobile movements and doing these cool combos. I feel like if Bayonetta 3 had the physics of 1, you would definitely have so much cool mobility in the combos that you do in that game. As is, 3's combos are more about setups, which to me feels a lot better in the long run, because Bayonetta 3 has this system that I actually think is really good that a lot of people don't notice. Because here's the thing. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but in Bayonetta 1 and 2, whenever you're fighting against an enemy, there is a low chance where the enemies can get knocked unconscious. You'll notice that happens when you see these stars over their heads. When you see those stars over their heads, they become vulnerable to any attack that you throw at them. This is especially noticeable in Bayonetta 2 because when they have stars on their heads, you can actually launch, relaunch them, and do a couple of cool combos against them just like you would in 1. Unfortunately, the unconscious thing is a complete RNG system. I have not been able to figure out what triggers the stun values in 1 and 2, which leads me to believe I just think it's total randomness. In 3, there is no randomness. They actually added a stun system in 3. The way it works now is if you attack an enemy with your demon slaves, there's a stun value that will slowly decrease when you attack them with the demon slave. You'll notice that by their health bar that shows the cracks in them. So like if a demon slave hits an enemy, on top of the fact that they lose health, the health will also show visual cracks. When the demon slave hits them just enough times, the health will crack and then they will be stunned, letting you do really awesome combo follow-ups. That is the reward that 3 allows you. I should say, that's the reward that 3 gives you. Stun the enemies, now you can combo. It's kind of similar to the Wonderful 101 stun system, where you have to team attack an enemy so they can become stunned, and it's only when they're stunned when you can launch them into the air and do all those wacky, crazy combos. And as long as you keep the enemy sustained in the air, you can keep going for as long as you want. The thing is, in Wonderful 101, there is a limit to how long you could stay in the air. You know, the battery, the double jump count, because you can't enemy step in Wonderful 101. So there is a work of art to keeping an enemy sustained in the air. There is a skill involved. A lot of people think it's just, oh, just keep swinging the same attack over and over. That doesn't work, because if you keep attacking with the same attack all the time, the enemy's weight increases to the point where they'll just drop like a stone after a certain point of time. So you always have to be changing the weapons to keep them sustained, you know? So Bayonetta 3 has that good sense of reward. But yeah, a big fault with 3 is that the physics of 3 could be better. As is, what it offers is actually a lot of fun. I actually enjoy it, you know? Armor break in Bayonetta 3 definitely makes up for all the heavier enemies that can't be launched. Yes, exactly. You know, like I feel like that's the thing people are not noticing. Because either they want to they want to have Bayonetta do all the work, so now the big enemies are too cumbersome to fight against, or they'll just throw out the most powerful attacks with the demon slaves and just let them do all the work and not notice that they're shield breaking the enemies that lets them do all the things they want Bayonetta to do. It's tandem gameplay you gotta do if you want to have some fun. But nope, you know, Bayonetta 3 is apparently awful. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say Bayonetta 3 is perfect, because it's not Wonderful 101. And yes, I'm aware that the story of Bayonetta 3 is garbage, okay? That is not a hot take. That is the coldest take anyone can say. I know for a fact that Bayonetta 3 broke the hearts of many people. I am so sorry if it broke your heart. It didn't break my heart. At most, the only thing the story did for me was it left me confused. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit, because the combat makes up for it. But I know for some it really didn't. So I'll take what I can get, man. I just hope that the next game that Platinum Games does really gives us something fun to do, and that we can all agree will be a lot of fun for players to enjoy. I don't even want it to be crazy action. I just want it to be fun, you know? I miss the days where we could just talk shit about these games and have fun. You know, talk about the combat. But now it's like, I can't do that in Bayonetta 3. I can't do that in our Bayonetta, because it's always just circle jerking about how bad 3 is. It's like, yay. I mean, look, I don't like Bayonetta 2, but I can still talk about the good things it has. Oof. Yeah, I know for some people, like, they avoided playing 3 because the story was that bad. I do apologize that it hurt you. Hell, I took a break from Bayonetta 3 for a very long time because I was getting aggravated by how difficult the pure platinum system really was. However, thanks to CUHRAYZEE, I was able to understand what really goes into getting that pure platinum. And I think getting pure platinum in Bayonetta 3 is a lot more fun than 1 and 2. Crazy enough, right? I actually have more fun playing Bayonetta 3 on Non-Stop Infinite Climax than I do in 1 and 2. Oh no, I know about that Bayonetta game. Nobody talks about it. And you know what? I really do need to get back to CUHRAYZEE and the Lost Demon. Would you believe me? I know I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but I have yet to even finish CUHRAYZEE and the Lost Demon. It's not because I lost interest. It's because, man, I just lost interest. And not because the game is bad. No. CUHRAYZEE and the Lost Demon is a great game. There's just something about it that doesn't make me want to go back and play it. I feel like it's because there's so much you have to keep in mind when playing that game. But, you know what? I should stream myself playing Lost Demon and actually follow through and beat it once and for all. How about it? Would you guys be up for me doing a CUHRAYZEE and the Lost Demon stream? I know it's the one game I never actually covered on my channel, so definitely it should be something I should cover. Yeah, you know what? I'll definitely play CUHRAYZEE and the something something soon. I'll set up a schedule for it and then actually beat it. It's definitely a more pleasant experience. I did play it for a brief moment. Ah, you son of a bitch. I forget there's two of them. Will you stop doing that attack? Give me something new.
I've got a fever.
No counters. I just want to drop into the floor. Ah, never mind. Enigma. There we go. Get the fuck out. Okay, moving forward. If you do have questions about like how to get pure platinums and all that stuff, be sure to visit our Bayonetta server. There's a lot of people there willing to help. I'm willing to help too, but it's kind of tricky to explain pure platinum because there's so much you have to keep in mind. But I know for a fact that Yoshesk made a fantastic video talking about how to get a pure platinum. It is definitely worth a watch. It's the video that got me to really appreciate Bayonetta a lot. Because the thing I tell people, and they're always shocked when I mention this, but I was never into Bayonetta from the start. I actually did not like the game the first time I played it. I rage quitted Bayonetta 1 and then gave up on it for a few years. I came back to it after I started having a lot of fun with the Wonderful 101 and figured, hey, if I can enjoy Wonderful 101, I can definitely enjoy Bayonetta. And alas, you know, I actually came to enjoy it. Of course, I had to look up some guides to really get a full understanding. That's why, you know, sometimes online guides are extremely helpful, especially for stuff like combat. You know, Soar's video, I don't know if you guys know Saurian Dash, but his videos were also incredible in getting me to understand how Bayonetta works, how Wonderful 101 works. Yeah. Ah, shit. I'm losing a lot of health too, so I should really focus on getting that back. Yeah, man, when I first played Bayonetta, I did not like the game. Let me give you a little history about me and Bayonetta. Way back in 2009, I was an Xbox 360 gamer. I bought an Xbox 360 so that I can play Sonic 2006. Of course, at that time, I had heavy regrets and I was almost ready to return my Xbox 360 when a friend of mine introduced me to a franchise called Gears of War. And I ended up being very, very obsessed with Gears of War. But at the time, and I kind of still am, I was a Sega fanboy. I would always try to buy a bunch of Sega games that wasn't just Sonic because I wanted to see all the other games Sega would offer. And during the early Xbox 360 days, some of the games they released included Phantasy Star Universe, Resonance of Fate, which is an incredible RPG. You guys really got to play Resonance of Fate. I swear, it's a great game. I made an entire stream dedicated to that game. Like, it actually serves as a walkthrough too, because I did everything in that stream, which is something I would never do for an RPG, because I barely play RPGs. But yeah, I would support Sega and buy all these games. And I remember IGN put out an article saying Sega contracts PlatinumGames, and I never heard of PlatinumGames, and I never heard of Kamiya. I never heard of any of the people behind PlatinumGames. I didn't know they were responsible for games like Beautiful Joe and Okami. I had no idea who Hideki Kamiya was. I didn't know anything about that stuff. But I bought Bayonetta because I wanted to support Sega. So I played the game. I tried my best to get into it. It wasn't working out for me. I rage quitted halfway through the game. I don't remember where I rage quitted, but I remember rage quitting the game. And I remember a friend of mine came to visit, and he was a big Devil May Cry fan. And I didn't know anything about Devil May Cry at the time, but he was telling me, yo, this is this game made by the guy who made Devil May Cry. Can I play the game? So I let him try it out, and because of his Devil May Cry skills, he was already doing shit in Bayonetta I was not able to like comprehend. Like, hell, do you know that QTE where Bayonetta does like that torture attack on the enemy where she kills them in the high in the sky, like with the hook thing? Like, it's the thing that you always do on an airborne enemy. Me, being the super naive person that I was, I thought the whole idea was you have to sort of like get the enemies up into the air and find a hook in the sky, and then you have to like do a prompt and kill them with the hook. But no, it was a torture attack where you have to have enough magic to do it, and I never really had the magic for it. So watching my friend kick ass at Bayonetta left me really upset. So I was like, fuck it, keep the game, dude. You can have Bayonetta. And so, yeah, I still continue to support Sega. I played Vanquish. I thought Vanquish was great. I got, you know, like all these other games. And I started supporting PlatinumGames because even though I didn't like Bayonetta, I really did like Vanquish. And I liked Anarchy Reigns and Mad World. And so that extended to Metal Gear Rising. And then came this little game called The Wonderful 101. or as it was originally called when I saw it for the first time at the E3, Project P100. When I saw Project P100, I instantly fell in love with the game because it had a concept I had never seen before in a video game. I know there might be a game that existed before that might have something similar, but Wonderful 101 had a thing that caught my attention. It was the whole thing about how you had to draw a shape to create a weapon. I thought that was really amazing. And so that idea alone is what got me hooked on the concept of the Wonderful 101. I didn't know anything about the Wonderful 101 outside of just it looked pretty and the idea was awesome. I had no idea it was going to be an amazing action game. But before the game would release, several things. There was a Wonderful 101 Direct that Nintendo released, and that was where I first learned about Hideki Kamiya. Like, I was introduced to Hideki Kamiya through the Wonderful 101 Direct because, you know, that's where you see Hideki Kamiya talking to you about Wonderful 101. And I didn't know at the time, but the video was a parody of Satoru Iwata where Kamiya was like dressed up like with everything so he could look his best. He was very formal and he was doing the directly to you kind of thing. I didn't know it was a parody at the time. I just thought that's how Kamiya was normally. But yeah, he was talking about how the game would be fun where you draw these things and all that sort of stuff, and it just looked cool and it had me mesmerized. Then I saw Sorian Dash's video where he was doing the system breakdown, and he did this video before the game came out. So I sat down and took notes on everything about that video and all the things you could do in Wonderful 101 so that when the game would come out, I would be ready. And sure enough, when the game came out, I was immediately in love with the game. There's just something about the Wonderful 101 that really clicked. And the fact that it was a high-octane action game made me start to appreciate all the other games that the Wonderful 101 borrowed from. You know, like Wonderful 101 has stingers, it has uppercuts, it has launchers, it has witch time. The Wonderful 101 is an amalgam of everything we know and love about action games. It has something that Devil May Cry has. It has something that Bayonetta has. It has stuff that even Vanquish has. And so after I finished playing Wonderful 101 and just going, wow, I played an incredible game. I must have been missing out. So after I finished playing Wonderful 101, I decided, okay, I want to give Bayonetta another chance. So I called my friend and said, hey, you stupid asshole, give me back my game. And so, you know, he came to my house, he gave me back the game. And so I sat down and I started watching all of Sorian Dash's videos along with Yoshesku's videos so I could understand what it is about Bayonetta that makes it click. And it took me a lot of practice, but I practiced the ever-loving hell out of Bayonetta so I can get the appreciation that I have, so that I can have the same appreciation that I have with the Wonderful 101 for Bayonetta. And eventually, it did click, and Bayonetta ended up becoming an instant classic for me. So that's the history with me and Bayonetta. That's the relationship that I now have with the franchise. You know, and that's how I got introduced to Kamiya. That's how I got into Platinum Games. There's a huge history here, you know. It's like everything clicked with that game. Could you imagine if the Wonderful 101 never existed? I would not have made a name for myself the way I've done so now. And it's funny because before Bayonetta, my YouTube channel just used to be a random smorgasbord of Sonic videos and Guinness World Record videos. I had no idea where I was going to go with this shit. But eventually, Platinum Games ended up being my calling card. And it's funny because, you know, at the time, I didn't know anything about combo videos. I want to talk a little bit about my history of combo videos too, because I remember I was in the GameFAQs forums, and this guy made a post where he was talking about, hey, can the Wonderful 101 let you do cool combos like this? And he posted a really, really old DMC4 combo video, like really old, Like the kind where, you know, it looked like somebody put up a camera in front of the TV to record their gameplay, but they, you know, edited together to make a cohesive combo video out of that. And I was watching this Devil May Cry 4 combo video, which was made by Dongery, by the way. And I was blown away by how cool it looked. Like doing all these juggle combos and whatnot. I was like, damn, this game looks awesome. I should play it. But also, can you do these cool combos in the Wonderful 101? So that's when I decided to sit down and think it through. Like, okay, what are the things you can do in Wonderful 101? I remember there was this guy that I used to chat with online. His name is Phantom Resonance. I think he goes under a different name now, but if you search up Phantom Resonance, you might find some of his old Wonderful 101 videos. But I remember he was on GameFAQs and he shared a few things he discovered with the Wonderful 101, like doing multiple stingers in the air. At the time, I didn't really use that because, you know, why would I do fancy stuff? You know, like that's kind of boring. I just want to be effective. But when I saw that DMC4 combo video and I saw that these people were doing these crazy exploits, it made me realize, wow, there's a whole universe behind doing these cool combos. It's not about being effective. It's about just being stylish. So I tried to apply that stuff with the Wonderful 101. And so I made that one video, like old ass video, which I kind of hate it now because it's so barbaric. It was called Combo to the Beat, where it's just me trying my best to make Wonderful 101 look cool. At the time, I was proud of it. I did my best, but it's like, I could do better. And so, you know, I did. You know, I tried my best to go all out. And that's when I made the second Wonderful 101 combo video. I forgot the name of it. But yeah. Then I eyed towards Bayonetta, and I decided, if Dante can do that, surely Bayonetta can. And so I started looking up combo videos online for Bayonetta, and I saw one made by this guy called Blazy Bluey, I think, or Blazy2 Bluey. You might be able to find it online. His name is Blue something, and it's an old ass combo video. And I remember watching that, and I was like, wow, you can do this stuff with Bayonetta? I had no idea. I really need to get to the meat and potatoes of this game. And so, you know, I started really practicing. You know, I started going to Angel Slayer. I started really messing with all the controls. I started learning about the lock-on stuff and trying to really absorb everything with Bayonetta. And that's when the CUHRAYZEE General on 4chan announced that they were going to do this VST tournament thing. And so I was like, you know what? Let me enter this tournament. And so I made the Bitcoin Bayonetta beat, which is a really dumbass title now that I think about it. I hate that title. I should have named it Bayonetta's Money Shot, but whatever. I made that Bitcoin beat, and the reason it's called that is because the song is about Bitcoin. And one of the things I wanted to do was, like, I didn't just want to make a combo video. I wanted to try to make a combo video where the lyrics sort of tell the story of how Bayonetta is doing these combos. That's why I feel like read the lyrics while the combo is playing. You'll see that it matches up. And that was just for fun. I didn't really want to be all complex. I just wanted to be clever with this whole thing. But it just felt very serendipitous how it all lined up, especially in that one part where Bayonetta poses for the camera while the lyric says, "While I pose for the camera." And when he's yelling, that's when Bayonetta gets turned. It's like, wow, it lines up perfectly. It's so serendipitous. And so it's like, yeah. So now my editing style for these videos is to try to sort of match it with the music, because I feel like the music is half the A and Bs whenever you're doing these combo videos. So, you know, like a lot of people always come up and ask me like, bro, how do you edit this? It's so cool how you make it match up to the music. And it's like, it's hard to explain, but it's like sometimes I pick out the music first and then I listen for the high points of the music. And it's like, okay, there's a really cool part in this song. I'm going to try to make it where the combo fits into that part. And you can definitely see that in my Bayonetta 3 combo video. Because it's funny. That song that I used for Bayonetta 3, what's it called? Promises by Nero. I had that song picked out before Bayonetta 3 came out. way before 3 came out. Are there bots here? I didn't even notice. If there's bots, I'll definitely have you. I'll definitely have you mod. Just give me a sec. But yeah, as I was saying, making it look like A and B hell. Oh my god, A and B hell. Dude, A and B hell is such a throwback. Dude. Like, this is all just memory shit, man. You see one? Huh. Okay, where was I? I got distracted for a sec. But yeah, like, I really wanted, like, to use Promises by Nero from the very start, because it has this really feel good, like, what's that word I'm looking for? It has a really feel good drop. You know, like, where it has this really awesome build up. As long as I don't break these. That part. I always wanted to make it where the finishing blow matches that part. And it's like, it was so cathartic making that work. Like, when I did that combo where I shot out the train blade on the enemy so that Gamora can blast it with the laser. It was just serendipitous. Like, holy shit. Extremely serendipitous. I had to keep it there. And, you know, now that I look at that video, it's like, I have improved so much on on my video editing skills. And it really does go back to the days of like A and B Hell. Like someone here mentioned that. Me and my friends, we used to watch A and B Hell a lot. If you never heard of A and B Hell, I definitely recommend it. You know, they're fun to watch. They're very not safe for work, so make sure to watch that like at your own leisure. You may also have to go to the website, because I know for a fact that due to the YouTube copyright restrictions, you won't exactly get the whole experience with A and B Hell. Yeah, like, YouTube commenters can see Twitch comments and vice versa. I have a bot that allows players to see like the other one. Maybe that's why you keep seeing the bot, because the bot is showing the chat from the other server. Anyway, I've rambled on for too long. What was I doing? Oh yeah, playing this stupid ass game. I'll add you as a bot after I'm done with this stream, okay? I mean, not as a bot, as a mod. Not a bot. What the hell am I talking about? Oh boy. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's my history with action games. Ever since the Wonderful 101, I've been backtracking to all these other games to see if they got any good sauce. And so, you know, I would recommend you avoid the Switch version of the Wonderful 101. Do not touch the Switch version. I hate to say it, I really do, but the Wonderful 101 on the Switch is absolute garbage. I don't know what Platinum Games was thinking, setting the game to 1080p. They should have set Wonderful 101 to 720p. But because they locked it at 1080p, that game runs like shit on the Switch. Until the Switch 2, yeah. Wait until Switch 2. They'll fix everything, I hope. Like, seriously, I'm actually waiting for the Switch 2 to see if they'll do any immaculate changes to Bayonetta 3. I would really love to see Bayonetta 3 officially on the PC, but that's not going to happen for a very long time, if at all. Watch me do a really cool combo on this dude. Let me see if I can make it work. Whoa, boy. Oh, no, never mind. I messed it up. Ah. Sorry. My combos are kind of crap right now. Yeah, PC version is the way to go. I would also say, like, I hate to say it, but the PC version also has some glitches that really hurts the game. From my experience, I think the PS4 version of the Wonderful 101 is the most stable version of the game. But if you can, if you really, really can, I'm sure there's a way to do it, but if you do get the Wonderful 101, don't download the DLC. Keep the game vanilla and try to find online the previous versions of the Wonderful 101 and try to get version 1 of the Wonderful 101. Because surprisingly, version 1 is the most stable version. Because every time Platinum Games updates the Wonderful 101 to add these things, it also inadvertently adds more glitches into the mix. And right now, one of the biggest problems with the Wonderful 101 is anytime you unlock an achievement in the game, no, not an achievement. Anytime you unlock a secret character, there's a chance your game will crash. So, yeah, if you get it on PC, make sure to find the early versions of Wonderful 101 and stick with that until you're done with all the achievements. Then, when you finally unlock everything, then you can go ahead and update the game back up to the modern version, and then you can play the DLC. And I highly recommend the DLC because Vorkin is mwah, chef's kiss. Like, holy shit. Vorkin is like playing as Virgil in DMC4. Yeah, Platinum Games, man. I love Platinum Games, but Jesus Christ, why the fuck are they not maintaining Wonderful 101 the way it should be? Someone online said it perfectly. The Wonderful 101 is an incredible game that is being held together with Elmer's glue. You have to really just tolerate all the stupid nonsense it has. There's an incredible game in there. There definitely is. But god damn it, I don't know why Platinum Games has yet to fix some of the things it has. Fuck, they've yet to fix the multiplayer! And they never will, no matter how many times I bring it up to them. I really hope they do. I mean, weirdly enough, Wonderful 101 still gets updates, just very slowly. Come on, hit me. There we go. Now you die. Get the fuck out of here. I love fighting against Gracious and Glorious. So, I got back into MGRR recently, some modder I found making gameplay quality of life and certain moves less jank. Is there a mod in Metal Gear Rising that allows you to switch weapons on the fly? Because that's my big problem with Metal Gear Rising in general. Switching weapons sucks in that game. You have to pause, go into the menu, change your weapon, and then get back out of the menu. There has to be a mod that lets you flip on the switch. Because Metal Gear Rising would be a much better game if you could switch weapons just like you can in Bayonetta. What's worse than one John? Two Johns! Oh boy. Oh shit. Ah! No! No! Ah, son of a bitch! I shouldn't have done that. There we go. Gotcha. No, I shouldn't have done that. I don't think I'm fast enough. Oh, wait, I am. Ah, damn it. I had to use 2% of my energy there. Did I mention this is a casual stream? I'm not here to prove anything right now. Ah, shit! No, I didn't mean to hit you. I was just trying to get that torture attack. Hold on. I'm actually going to concentrate for a second. There we go. Haha. There we go. Now you die. Alright. I'm really terrible at this game. I'm so sorry. Hey, so many people are showing up tonight. Thanks for catching the stream, everyone. Wow. I guess going away for a long time really has people missing me. Or I'm just being full of shit today. Oh, fucking hell. Did I die? No. And I did die. Damn. Also, who turned on the lights? I hate that my lights here turn on by themselves every once in a while. Thankfully, I have a remote control for that. Okay. Alright, let's try that again. But this time, I'm going to change my weapon setup. Actually, no, hold on. I'm gonna change my outfit, because I hate that outfit, actually. I don't know why I was wearing it the last time. Okay. Apologies to those that actually do like this costume. Let's see. What's a fun costume? Do you have a mod that makes you punch fire enemies? Yeah, it's called Play the Switch version. Because when you're on the Switch version and you're wearing the Link costume and you have the Master Sword equipped, the Master Sword will ignore the fire. Could you repeat it? I just did earlier today. You may have to rewind the video of this stream so you can see everything that I was talking about that game. I was going on a long rant about it too. No, it's alright, man. Everything comes back to Bayonetta 2. Why is Bayonetta 2 the 6 degrees of everything? Oh yeah, of course. It's also, like, it'll be on YouTube. It's actually on YouTube right now. Okay, I'm gonna actually use a little bit of my energy to defeat these enemies. I mean, I shouldn't concentrate too much because I like talking to you guys. So yeah, just keep throwing out them questions and I'll go on tangents. What do I think about Bayonetta 2? Good question. Anyway. Oh, I forget I don't have the... Damn, okay. There is one good thing about Bayonetta 2 that I like. They introduced the... I forgot the name of the attack. You know how you do an afterburner kick with the kick button? Well, now you could do an aerial attack with the punch button. That is one thing about Bayonetta 2 that I like that they added. And I'm so used to it because in Bayonetta 3, you get some of the most amazing aerial attacks. Like, holy shit, I love G-Pillar's aerial punch attack. It is beautiful. And in Bayonetta 1, you don't have that. Witch Strike, yes. Witch Strike. I always call it Witch Twist. That's not actually what it is. This is the Witch Twist. Which I should really use. There we go. Let's see. I was watching on YouTube making John videos in this game, and somehow he had Wicked Weaves buffered. Hold on, what the hell? And somehow he had Wicked Weaves buffered while taunting. Yeah, it's called dodge offsetting, or in this case, taunt offsetting. And also, who is this Melody Person? Yo tengo Disney princesa si, mi cadera grande si, mujer griega si, like, por adoro trabajo biblioteca si. Like, who is this person, like, just randomly coming in here to speak Spanish? Like, I know Spanish, and what he's saying is unrelated to anything going on here. Oh, Sapphire's here. Hey, Sapphire. Okay, so you were asking about the taunt offset, right? So, are you familiar with dodge offset? Dodge offset is when you do something like this, where while you're attacking, you dodge in order to continue your combos. So you'd be like, hold punch, dodge, hold punch, dodge, hold punch, dodge, hold punch. And there you go. So yeah. So dodge offset. So taunting is a form of dodge offset where you just simply taunt in the middle of the combo in order to store it. So it'd look something like this.
You want to touch me?
Hold on.
You want to touch me?
Like that. See? And the funny thing is, you don't have to hold the button for the taunt offset.
You want to touch me?
Yeah. So that is one advantage that the taunt offset has, where you don't have to traditionally hold your buttons to make it work. You could just taunt. As long as you taunt within the same window of timing that your combos are in, you can unleash the Wicked Weave.
You want to touch me?
In fact, if you notice, I have the controller input on display, so you'll see how I time it.
You want to touch me?
Yeah, see?
You want to touch me? You want to touch me?
There we go. It's kind of tricky because you have to input it pretty quickly in your combo. If you're too late, it may not work.
You want to touch me?
Although some combos have a little bit of a leg room.
You want to touch me?
Okay.
You want to touch me?
Yeah, the timing is weird.
You want to touch me?
I guess you could tap the taunt button so you could get it on the earliest frame.
You want to touch me?
That's kind of how I play the game. That's kind of how I play fighting games, where I always have to tap the button to get the exact early frame input. Melody, what are you on? What are my thoughts on Lollipop Chainsaw? It's a game that I've never played, so I don't have any thoughts about it. It's funny as hell. I have never played the game, but I have the game. I know it's somewhere in there. You see, remember my friend that I was talking about, the guy who I lent my copy of Bayonetta to? He bought Lollipop Chainsaw because he thought it would be kind of like Bayonetta, but then he ended up not liking Lollipop Chainsaw, so he gave it to me, telling me that I probably would enjoy it. And I never played it, despite me owning a copy of it. I know I have it in there somewhere. Would you guys like it if I streamed the Lollipop Chainsaw? I know the remake is coming out soon, but it would be fun to actually play the OG game. Although, from my understanding, the game has licensed music, so that may cause some problems. I'm not an affiliate? No, I'm not. I am not an affiliate. I was a long time ago, but I decided to get rid of my affiliation because being a Twitch affiliate means you're not allowed to do simulcasting with YouTube, which is where my main audience comes from. I have a bigger YouTube audience than I do a Twitch audience. And I like taking advantage of simulcasting so that I could bring in more people. And to be honest, I don't want to be an affiliate. I know I could probably make some money out of this, you know, like streaming from time to time, but it's not easy. Plus, tax stuff. This is something that they don't tell you with Twitch. When you're an affiliate, you have to fill out a lot of tax papers, and I hate filing out taxes. I already have to do all that shit myself, like living on my own. And I don't want to add any tax payments for Twitch, especially when I'm paying for like my taxes and my Twitch payment is only like, what, 2 cents? Yes, I can see your comments, Super Nasser. I'm sorry. I'm just off on a tangent. I'm not going to be able to address everyone on the chat. I'm sorry. But what the hell is Melody? Melody, ¿qué estás hablando? Oye, por favor, si tienes algo que decir, habla algo del juego. Like, what the hell is this Melody person going on about? Are you guys noticing this? Que puta madre. Anyway. I think it's a bot. I really think it's a bot because it's just some random... Just someone... I don't even... Actually, you know what? I don't think it's a bot. I think it's just some kid who's lost. My Twitter account... I mean... Hold on. I'm gonna kick this person out. Sorry, I'm going crazy over here. Give me 1 second while I get rid of this dude. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. It has to be a bot. It really has to be a bot because like nobody is just gonna come in here and talk randomness. That's like the weirdest thing I've experienced today so far. The person was just talking about like let me translate some of this shit for you guys because it's just random shit. Let me see. Por puede volar mariposas. This person is saying, I can fly like a butterfly. Mi pelo es largo. My hair is long. Muy sana. I'm very sane. Me cura. I'm cured. Si me canta, tengo antojo rey. Actually, I don't know that much. It's just what the fuck is this person saying? Like, yeah. No, and at one point they even said biblioteca, which made me wonder if this person was like fucking making fun of my Spanish. Because like one of the most common things that you learn when speaking Spanish is like, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Which means, where's the library? Yeah, you can follow me on YouTube. I just do random video game footage for like action games. Like, I don't know if you're already aware, but like I'm kind of recognized for doing like, for playing like these super crazy combo games. In case you guys don't know, Zep, the person in my chat, Zep, is an old friend of mine. We used to hang out like way back in elementary school. Well, we met in elementary school, but we didn't actually become like close friends until high school. But we would always see each other like frequently during those years. So make sure to say hi to him. It's always great when I see my close friends showing up on the stream. Although it's funny because some of my close friends are like, fuck, I ain't gonna see your channel. Your shit is garbage. I don't put anything to make it where I speak Spanish because I don't speak Spanish. Like, it must have been an AI bot. But yeah, none of my tags is Spanish, despite the fact that I do speak Spanish, because I'd rather not speak Spanish much. Besides, my Spanish is not that solid. I don't think so. I feel like it was either a lost YouTube person or it was definitely a bot. And if it is a bot, why? Is there a place that I can talk to you other than stream? Because sometimes I have questions about action games I like. I like them, but I always want to understand them more with pro players like you. There are two particular Discord groups that I would highly encourage you to visit. One is mine, the Bayonetta Lab Corner, which if you want to know all the Discords, I have it in my description in my YouTube video. So go to my YouTube channel. Well, you're already on YouTube. Check the description. There's links to Discords. The ones you want to look for is the Bayonetta Lab Corner, where you talk about Bayonetta and the tech behind that game. And the other one that I highly, highly recommend is the CUHRAYZEE Games General. Like CUHRAYZEE, CUHRAYZEE. That is a Discord group dedicated to talking about all sorts of action games, from Bayonetta to Ninja Gaiden to Devil May Cry, to also allowing people to showcase other games that have combat potential like Devil May Cry and stuff. So it's a great place to talk tech, as well as just kick back and talk shit about other games, you know? We're always making fun of Dark Souls and how it's hard and thought-provoking. Okay, you know what? Like, if you like Dark Souls, that's fine. I like Dark Souls too, but I always find it funny when people say, oh, Dark Souls is better than Devil May Cry, because in Dark Souls, you have to think. And it's like, bruh, you don't need to think. Those attacks come at you, and it takes a year to react to. There we go. So someone asked, and I can actually answer this. Why is it that the times you gotta mash a button in Bayo 1, they can be impossible? It's because of a glitch. Now, I don't know the specifics, but I know that with every port of Bayonetta, the QTEs somehow continue to get borked. So the PC version of Bayonetta is where the glitch is at its worst, where the requirements to max out the QTE is damn near impossible, where you have to be ready to start mashing like fast to get it. Otherwise, you won't get it. In the original Xbox 360, it was not that difficult to fill it out. It's not as easy as Bayonetta 2's QTEs, but believe me when I tell you, the 360's QTE inputs are much more forgiving than people give it credit. It's just that with every port, it seems like the button mashing parts the requirements for the button mashing increases for some dumb reason. It's an overlooked glitch, and no one has been able to fix that. And this on top of the numerous amount of glitches that every port of Bayonetta introduces. And it's funny because I know most of these glitches myself. I've seen every single one of them. One of the most popular glitches in the PC version of Bayonetta is making the game crash when you do a Kushedra punish. So if I do a Kushedra punish, there is a 90% chance the game crashes. I don't know why. I think Creative Handle explained it, where the reason it crashes is because if you do a Kushedra punish on an enemy and it's meant to finish the verse, that's where it crashes. So yeah, if the QTEs are hard, it's probably because you're playing a port of the game where it's borked. Aha! That could have been a little better. There we go. That's better. Yeah, you cannot spank for the win. You can't. No matter how hard you try to spank, you won't win. I believe that may be the thing. Because the game surprisingly runs smoother than normal, it makes it where the requirements are harder because the game just runs too smoothly. Isn't that funny? Suffering from success. Am I right? Did we drink heavily? No, I was not much of a drinker, which is why Keith wanted me to drink during that New Year's party. Were you with us during that New Year's thing with Keith? I know Keith invited us to his house and he told me he wanted to see me drunk. And he had me drink like his Kahula mix, which got me fucking drunk off my ass that I started playing Call of Duty online and just started flinging a lot of absurd shit to my friends. And that's the reason I got kicked out of church. But yeah, in general, I'm not much of a heavy drinker. Whenever I drink, I get very loud and obnoxious, which is apparently funny to my friends. They like seeing me unhinged. Babadook! Babadook! No, you don't. Jesus Christ, I hate that whip attack. It comes out of nowhere. Isn't the reason why DMC3's QTE is so demanding is because you play the game on turbo mode, which makes it way harder to do? Because I know on turbo mode, it makes some mashing attacks really hard to come out. Like, especially for Agnes and Rudra. Like, I'm already mashing to try to get this fast. I can barely get it. Although the reason I'm really good at mashing is because I used to play Mario Party a lot as a kid. Okay, I'm gonna change weapons because, you know, like, Scarborough Fair is fun, but I love, where is it? The Bazillions. Or the Bazingas. And I'm also gonna put rockets on my feet. I like how she just gets free iframes when she's taunting. What is your next game or movie for this year? Good question. I don't even know what game I'm looking forward to this year. I know there's a good number of games I actually do want to play, but nothing comes to mind. I guess the one game I can say for sure I'm looking forward to is Sonic X Shadow Generations. Because, damn, it actually looks very promising what they're going to do for the Shadow the Hedgehog campaign. Forget Generations, because I've already played Sonic Generations to hell and back. I'm curious to see how the hell they're going to pull off Shadow's gameplay. And I want to see, you know, like, what other stages are they going to cover? Are they going to reference some of the Shadow the Hedgehog levels? Because, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, is my guilty pleasure. Oh yeah, to get the bazillions, you got to beat hard mode. Have fun. Yeah, don't drop my name. Some people know my name, but it's better if we keep that a little secret. There we go. Ha! Really? I remember... Didn't you used to use, like, a relative's name backwards? Because I remember when we were on AOL, the name you used was, well, I don't know if I can actually say it out loud, if you want me to, but I remember the name that you used to go by in the AOL chat room. Like, it was... I still remember the name, like, vividly for some reason. Ah, fucking hell. I hate these creatures. Well, I mean, they're fun to fight against, but I hate that they're the one enemies that do not have any telegraphing when they do that fireball attack. What's my favorite weapon? Ooh, good question. I'll show you what my actual favorite weapons are. Well, it's so hard to say. Dude, something I would like to do one day is make a stream where I talk about all the weapons and make a tier list of what I think is the worst weapon to the best weapon. Like in a stream. And then, you know, make a video on demand version where I cut it up into shorter pieces. You know, that's something I would like to do at some point. I should have done that tonight, but nah, not tonight. But in terms of like my favorite weapons, I can't just pick one. It has to be a set. Yeah, I know, I know. You were kicking my ass in Fantasy Star Online episode 3, and I was just so fucking mad. Cause like, how the fuck? I don't know why I am like that. I hate when people somehow are better than me at a game they barely know how to play. You know the story I mentioned about Bayonetta, where a friend of mine was kicking ass at that game and he was way better than me because he was experienced with Devil May Cry, so I gave him the fucking game. I don't know why I'm like that. Nowadays, it's not a big deal. If people are better than me, it's not a huge deal because I'm getting old. There's no way that I'll be able to beat out the younger kids, you know? I know there are people out there that play Bayonetta way better than I could ever hope to achieve. But, yeah. Okay, as for my favorite weapons, honestly, Bazillion is one of my top favorites. And you know what? Durga is also my super favorite. Like, Durgas are amazing for a number of reasons. And honestly, this setup I have right now is my favorite. Although I would swap out Bazillions for Scarborough Fair. That would be my most favorite. Because this weapon setup gives you some cool combo tricks. And if you want to go for the more complex combos, I would also say Saifeng and Shiraba are great weapons. Dumb luck. Yeah, he did. Wait a second. I just got your name. Holy shit. You're here watching this stream. How you doing, buddy? God damn. I am a dumb person. I didn't realize you're here in this chat as well, Keith. How you doing, monkey man? Let me see if I could pull off a super cool combo for you guys with this weapon setup. Ah, fucking hell, as long as I could just get past this shit. Ah, damn, why am I like sucking right now? I love Siphon because you can do that. Like keep an enemy sustained with your weapon. Become like Daigo? Yeah, absolutely. I am shaping up to be the Daigo of Bayonetta. What will be my Evo moment 37 though? It's so weird how tonight I got so many people just tuning into my channel. Thank you all so much. Means a lot. Especially my old friends that I haven't heard from in years. Also, Shiraba is just busted when it comes to the Tetsuzanko moves. Any handgun enjoyers? I mean, I like handguns, but you gotta get me in a good mood for that. Because, yeah, handguns is basically hard mode. And if I'm gonna be playing hard mode, that's when I gotta be super focused. Right now, I'm not really focused. I'm just bullshitting my way through this. Dead. Dead. Oh yeah, handguns in Bayonetta 1 is incredible. Handguns in Bayonetta 3 is god-awful. Do not use handguns in 3. I beg you. Don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do, I'm going to go to your house and kick your butt. Woo, this weapon is so dangerous. You could really clear out a room with this shit. Dead. All right. Oh, congrats for being able to beat Rodin with the handguns. That is definitely a set of skills there, man. Woo! I saw that. Get out of here. Oh, that was beautiful. God, this game is just so cathartic. Once you learn all the cool combos, this game becomes so fun. Ah, come on. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna be serious for a second. Hold on, hold on. I love Siphon, but one of the biggest problems with the weapon is that it does not have very good projectiles. So you have to commit to the physical attacks, which can be very difficult when you're surrounded by a giant fucking beast. Let's see. I'm also gonna get my CUHRAYZEE back. All right, let's whoop some ass. Dead. Oh no, give me the big one. There we go. Moon of Mahakala. Yeah. I got a moon. I keep forgetting I have the parry. Son of a bitch. Wow. Well, that was awful. I do apologize. I'm not at my top skills right now. I know I've been able to beat Angel Slayer, but man, I'm just not up for it. Now, I was talking about Wonderful 101 earlier, and to be honest with you guys, I would love to play Wonderful 101 right now. So give me a second while I change over to the Wonderful 101. Would you guys be okay with that? Because I am definitely in the mood for such an incredible game. I mean, Bayonetta is awesome too, but man, I'm just itching to get back into Wonderful 101. So I will do that. Give me a sec. And I'm going to do what I did with Bayonetta in the Wonderful 101 and play the Operation 101 segment. Let's see. Hopefully this game does not give me issues, because I remember the last time I tried to stream this game, it kept popping up in the wrong window. Let's see. There we go. Ooh, it's working. It's working. Yes. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. I forget that this game is really weird when it comes to the windows and whatnot. Hold on. I gotta quit out a sec. For some reason, the Wonderful 101 always acts very weird when you open up another window on your PC. It just disappears straight up. And when that happens, the keys act all wonky. So you have to make sure to get past the loading screen so that the keys remain solid. And I think we're good now. I'm going to lower the volume on the game just a tad bit though, because I think the game is a little loud. But trust me, you guys are going to be in for a wild ride, because I may be good at I may be good at Bayonetta, but I am a master at the Wonderful 101. That is my baby. The Wonderful 101 is my baby, and it's the reason why I love action games today. Alright, so how does that look and sound right now?
Operation 007. The alien Vulcan OG's internal organs.
It may be that it needs to be set to window mode, or maybe it's just Platinum Games not knowing how to program shit.
Operation 101.
Operation 101. Here we go. Okay, so before I begin, I know you're already asking the big question here. What is so good about the Wonderful 101? If I could really explain what it is, because we will be here for hours if I tell you why this game is good. I am gonna gush like fucking hell. But if I were to sum it up, I would say this is one of those games that feels so good to play once it clicks. The problem with the Wonderful 101 is that it is a game that is very difficult to get into, because it requires you to understand how to draw shapes, how to do the glyphs, and you are tasked with having to do all that while you're fighting enemies at the same time. So the screens are going to get very cluttered. It's going to be a cluttered mess. It's a big mess. But when you get a grasp on how it controls and how it feels, that's when it becomes a bliss. And you're just going wild with these amazing combat, you know, like you get so much control and it feels so rewarding when you get it in there, you know. I'll be showing you some of the cool shit you can do in this game. Let's do it, baby. And the thing about Operation 101 is that you start off with small amount of heroes, and it isn't until later in like the later half of the operation where you get all your heroes. So for now, you're not going to see any cool combos. You're just going to see some pretty basic stuff. Not a lot of people heard of this game. This is one of those very niche games that was made by a beloved studio that are responsible for games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. And so, yeah, I'm not surprised not many people heard of it. This was a game that originally came out on the Wii U, and that's already a problem because the Wii U wasn't exactly a huge console to begin with. It had some good hits, but it wasn't a popular game or a popular system altogether. And The Wonderful 101 was a game that was built for the Wii U because it was designed with the idea that you would use the screen, the gamepad screen, to draw your heroes. But even though it was built for the screen, you can play this game without the need of the screen. To draw your heroes, you would use your right stick. And honestly, it feels better playing it like that. But yeah, this is just one of those games that went completely under the radar. That's why my channel, my YouTube channel, is devoted to covering The Wonderful 101 every once in a while. It's not up to Platinum Games to do that. That would be Konami that has to port the game. And there's rumors that if the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2 were to come out, not only would it have 4, there's a potential that it can also have Rising. And I hope that's the case because definitely Metal Gear Rising needs a second chance. It was popular back then, but it's a game that is in desperate need of a port. Unless you have a PC. It's not hard, but you'd be surprised. There's a lot of... Look, when it comes to drawing with the right stick, I have seen even the most hardcore action game players tell me that the controls for Wonderful 101 is too obnoxious for them. There's a guy that I follow online that I used to chat with. He makes really good content. I'm not going to say his name because... I would not want you guys to go after him and say, oh, he's wrong or whatnot. But he has a big channel and he covers a lot of great action games. And I recommended him to Wonderful 101. And he did try it out. He bought the game and everything. And he came back to me and he told me the game was utter garbage. He couldn't get into it. He kept telling me how the drawing system is such an obtuse mechanic and that it would have been better if the game used a weapon wheel. And it's like, that broke my heart. Because, one... You know, this drawing system is actually really good. It just requires a lot of practice. And whenever I hear people tell me that this game should use a weapon wheel, I feel like people miss the point. Because like a weapon wheel is only going to solve half of a problem. And that's a half that's not even a problem to begin with. Because the thing about the weapon wheel is, like, how would you make the weapon switching system in Wonderful 101 better than what it already has? Because a weapon wheel would feel too obtuse, in my opinion. Think about it like this. Like, in this game, you could just draw any shape to get the weapon you want. Draw a line, you get a sword. Draw a circle, you get a fist. Draw an angle, you get a gun. Draw a zigzag, you get claws. Now, imagine all 12 weapons, because there's 12 weapons in the game, in a weapon wheel. How would you make it so that you can select one of the weapons in the wheel and make it where that weapon goes to your leader or your partner, and the shape, the size of the weapon is taken into consideration? Because that's the other thing about the drawing system that I like about this game. The way the size of your weapon or the size of your drawing will determine the size of your weapon. So if you draw a small sword, you get a small sword. But draw a big sword, you get a big sword. So there are so many factors involved in this game that I don't think a weapon wheel would actually work. A lot of people have told me, oh, a weapon wheel would be better, but no, it would not. I swear it would not. The drawing system makes everything very free flow, so you get really cool combat like this. You know what I mean? And again, I must stress that once you figure it out and it clicks, it's a very cathartic experience. The only thing that really sucks about Operation 101 is that you have to do these small little missions before you get to the really good stuff. So even though I'm praising this game a lot and I'm saying you could do cool combos, you're not going to see that until the later half of the operation. So if it looks all boring, it's because Platinum Games made it boring. I wish there would be a mode where it's just you and the enemies and nothing getting in between. That is the ultimate downfall with the Wonderful 101, how there's so many more gimmicky sections than there are sections dedicated to the actual combat. Oh yeah, no, it's a genius solution and the camera angle helps it out a lot. But yeah, it takes an immense amount of practice to really get good at this game. But getting good at it is all that effort really does feel worth it in the end. There we go. Awesome. I do tell people that the glyphs should be treated like input commands in a fighting game. Which is yet another reason why I like this game, because I love playing fighting games. I love playing Marvel vs. Capcom. I love playing Marvel vs. Capcom, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear. And I used to play this other fighting game with my friend. I always forget the name. Like Late Night Pregnancy? I think that's what it's called. It always escapes me. Have I tried Pikmin? I have never played Pikmin. However, I did watch my brother play Pikmin, and he loves that game a lot. It is nothing like Wonderful 101, okay? I know a lot of people tell me, like, oh, this game reminds me of Pikmin. And it's like, yeah, on a surface level, but it's nothing like Pikmin. Pikmin is a real-time strategy game. This is a straight-up action game, like Devil May Cry. But one day I will play Pikmin. I heard a lot of good things about it. Ah, damn. I hate that they put me in this situation early on when I don't even have that many heroes with me. And I forget I can fight them from the backside if I could just get there. Ah, come on. Man. I know this game's hard, and it is fun, but when they put you in these scenarios, it can be kind of bullshitty sometimes. Okay, well, one is dead, so we're good. I like to think that the Wonderful 101 is Pikmin if the focus was more towards combat. I don't even think so, because again, like, the thing about Pikmin is that it's a real-time strategy game. Like, kind of like games such as Overlord, I think. Yeah, Overlord is good. Ah, come on. Damn. They really like throwing out the bullshit stuff really early in the game. Come on, come on. There we go. Got him into the air. Gotta make this work. Ah, come on! I was on a roll. Come on, baby. Ah, they recover so fast. So it's really hard to do air combos on them just because they recover so quickly. So I feel like they're like the grace and glory of this game. They're like the grace and glory of Wonderful 101. There we go. Got him. One dead. There we go, combo! Yoo-hoo! Ah! Dead! Ooh! When you get that enemy in the air, that's when shit goes wild. Dead. Woo! And that was only with like 50 heroes. So I could do way more when I get 100 heroes on my team. Ah, this fucking enemy. This enemy likes to disable your heroes, so you have to play it steady. Hold on. Come on. First I gotta take care of the tanks. Of course, the gunshot destroyed my pudding. That's not a sentence you hear very often. Yep, there he goes, disabling my heroes so I can't draw shit right now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, get out of there. Okay. Okay, the tanks are dead. I can take... Oh, wait, but hold on. Now the tanks are dead. Now I can take care of this dude. Which is really easy. All you gotta do is pick him up. And then throw him. Then when he recovers, throw out the bomb. And rinse and repeat. There you go. Perfect. Dead. All right, here we go. What's the next? I got 50 heroes. Oh, this one. This one's really easy. I want to beast the... There we go. Whenever it turns... Like, this creature, I keep forgetting its name. But it's able to turn into different weapons. Its weakness is to use the same weapon. So if it turns into a sword, attack it with a sword. If it turns into a fist, attack it with fist. And so on and so forth. Oh, I don't know about this one, though. Oh crap! I don't have my heroes. Yeah, it's Golem's cousin. What? I was outside the bomb range. That ain't cool. Ah, screw it. I'll kill you with the bomb. And you turned into a sword, so that was your weakness. Should be dead now. There we go. Dead. Alright. Moving forward. 13 heroes. Oh, this is the hammer mission. For this one, you gotta find like the hidden items inside the ground with your hammer. While also avoiding the enemies. Ouch. Come on, baby. I do apologize. I am a little out of practice, so I'm not able to do like super amazing stuff right now. There we go. Should be dead. Okay, I got this one in the air. I am not gonna let go of it. Yeah. I forget. Now I'm fighting the ones that throw out the blades. Come on! Every time I get one in the air. They just aren't letting me do these combos, man. Okay, one's dead. Wrong enemy, wrong enemy! Okay. Oh, I'm on the clock. I just realized. Oh shit, oh shit. Just die, just die! There we go. Whew. Yeah, it's kind of tricky to play these kinds of games live because what happens, happens, you know. You see all the mistakes that go along with it. Oh, I got it though. Hold on. Dead. Get out of here. You know, I just realized I should really change the tag of this stream to Wonderful 101. Because certain people are going to come in and be like, what the hell? This isn't Bayonetta. Give me 1 second. I am so sorry. Gotta fix that. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. Hold on. How do I change this? There we go. Hold on. We're going to change the category. And we're going to change this to the Wonderful 101. There we go. Done. All right. So now it's been renamed, at least on Twitch. I can't change the name on YouTube. At least I think I can't. Give me a sec. you just been clickbaited. You thought it was Bayonetta, but no, you're wrong. It's Wonderful 101, bitch. Come on. Where is that option? All right, it's happening live. I wonder if I can change the name. There we go. All right, I changed it for YouTube as well. There we go. It shouldn't be much of a problem now. Okay, we now return to our regularly scheduled program. Oh, it's the Nurks again. Ow. Oh, I forgot. This is the mission where I gotta get the heroes. Hold on. Okay, I've recruited them. Not really a lot, but okay. Dead. Oh, I was hoping I could parry that. The Wonderful 101. It's kind of like Bayonetta's Angel Slayer. The only problem is that, unlike Bayonetta, where it's just you and the enemies and nothing else, here it's a little bit of a task thing where some missions have you having to do specific things, and also you are given a certain number of heroes, so it's not always gonna work. But in the later half, that's when it feels more like the Bayonetta Angel Slayer. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Alpine stuff too. Exactly. Which in this game, it's called CUHRAYZEE. Which I never understood why it's called that. CUHRAYZEE. I know a lot of the enemy names in this game are supposed to be like phonetically written Japanese words, but I'm not sure where CUHRAYZEE comes into play. I can finally have 100 heroes. I can start doing some crazy combos. Let's see if I can do it. Ah, wrong weapon. Ooh, my God, that feels so good. Oh, God, man. To a lot of people, it may look like it's just just random sorts of attacks, but trust me when I tell you, the feeling of doing all those combo strings is just cathartic. Okay, I got rid of those creatures. Now to take care of the giant tank. Ah, damn. That spin attack. So annoying. And it's dead! Whew! Hey man, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But thanks for catching the stream. It's always great to see you around. I'm gonna try my best to spend a little bit more time streaming, which is something I haven't been doing for a while. Again, living on my own makes it kind of tough to do that these days, you know? Especially since I don't have a car. I get so tired from my daily workouts and shit. But yeah, thanks for catching the stream. Get out of here. Woo! I just love this game! The way I finished it off with the hammer, I was trying to do that. There we go. It's like, if you could think it, you could possibly make a cool combo out of it. And especially, you got to be very skillful at drawing as well. You got to be able to draw it immediately, you know? That's why people are so baffled at how fast I can draw these things. Hold on. God, it feels so good. Like, let me show you how fast I can actually draw some of these shapes. Because, like, I know a lot of people question, like, if I'm using a cheat or something. But no, I just know how to draw fast. Like, sword, not a problem. Gun, not a problem. Fist can sometimes be a problem because I remember talking to Matthew Matosis, and he actually mentioned that one of the weird things about Wonderful 101 is that they programmed it where certain weapons take priority over the other in the glyphs. And so the problem here is that the fist is at the lower priority. So if you ever try to draw fist and you get a different shape, it's most likely because the priority system has it where the weapon you drew out was higher than the fist, which is a shame because the fist is one of the best weapons in the game. But sometimes you end up getting a different weapon altogether. And it doesn't help that the shape of the fist, which is the circle, can also collide with something like the drill. So I try my best to just make like a C for my fist. Claw is also kind of tricky to draw. The way I do it is up, then right, then up again. So it'll be like this. Oh, and by the way, I also forgot to mention, I also hold down the left bumper because that actually speeds up the drawing system. So like if I draw without it, that's the speed. But if I hold the button, it's much faster. And sometimes the speed helps, so you could get like a better straight line with certain weapons. Yeah, bomb is similar. Well, yeah, bomb is definitely similar because you got to draw a circle and then a line. And the cool thing about bomb is you don't have to be specific. Like, you could draw a small circle with a large line and it'll still work. Or you could draw a large circle and a small line and it'll still work. And hammer, same applies, where you draw the stick first and then the circle. Another thing that's worth pointing out, doesn't seem to work here, is that sometimes if you're against the wall and it looks like your glyph isn't working out properly, you don't have to worry because your glyph will still draw out where it's supposed to go, even if the wall is obstructing it. I'll show you that like in a different segment though. Now we're into the later half of the game where you get all the heroes. So now I can do cool shit. All right. Damn it, I forgot to dodge. There we go, dead. You did mention just drawing a C recognizes it as a hand. So, yeah, you could do a large C. Haha! In case you didn't know, you can actually draw your heroes into the crab's mouth for a little extra damage. It only works when he opens up his mouth and he's ready to blast his laser at you. Damn it. Yep, which this game calls hero time. Dead. Yeah, like I said, this game has hero time. I parried that shit. I saw it coming. Damn, no, I did not see that one coming. Fuck. Why must you ruin my moments? For that, you shall pay. dead. We're getting close to the end. Unfortunately, the only thing I don't like about Operation 101, aside from the fact that you're doing these CUHRAYZEE missions, is that the secret missions only last 31. Like, I wish there was 100. There we go. Woo! Which is this one? Oh, this dude. What? Holy crap. Wow. Wow, I destroyed him way too quickly. Yeah, no, this game can feel very overwhelming. Trust me. I'm struggling myself, and that's only because I haven't played this game in a while. I'm operating by muscle memory at this point. It's usually the reason why a lot of people can't get into this game, because there's just too much stuff to keep track of. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, Yet again, I did the gun glitch when I really didn't want to do that. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm also playing the end game stuff. That's the other thing, you know, like where the game throws everything and the kitchen sink at you. So it kind of expects you to be really good at this point. There we go. Oh, these dudes. Hold on. I love this song so much. The turtles! I love the turtles. I should have switched to fist. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is basically the Bloody Palace Angel Slayer of Wonderful 101. That's why I've chosen to play it, because it's the only time you ever get to really see all the gameplay without much of the bullshit that the game throws at you, like the minigames and stuff. It's not over yet, though. They're gonna throw out more claws at me. Ah, dropped it. I was trying to switch to fist, but it didn't come out in time. Okay, but it's not over yet. Now they're gonna throw all the clawed enemies at me. Hold on, he's almost dead. There we go. Shit. Come on. Oh, come on. I got this. I got this. Get out of here. Oh, God. That's a pain in the ass. And I think this one is going to be where you fight both the brothers. Yep, this is the one. Come on, make it bigger. Ah. Get out of here. Here we go. The combo to end all combos. There we go. Whew. And now for the final battle. All right, I'm going to sit up for this one. The final battle is an exclusive boss fight where you get to fight against Vorkin version 5. This is where Vorkin just goes out on his maximum form. So he's very difficult. Let's do this. I hate that he can bring out his weapon even when he loses his heroes. What's the matter, Vorkin? You can't bring out your tombstone? I wonder if I could kill him with a giant bomb. Nah, let's just make a count with a giant hammer. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna kill him with a giant hammer. There we go. Get out of here. It's funny you say the hammer is OP because so many people struggle to fight against Vorkin with the hammer because they find it to be very slow. And I agree. So what I'm doing is hammer parries. You see, in this game has parries, just like Bayonetta, where you have to tap the stick in the direction you're facing. The difference is when you parry an attack, you maximize your weapon to the largest possible size you can create, and you get invincibility frames with an attack to go along with it. So basically, when you parry an incoming attack, the weapon that you're currently wielding becomes maximum size, and you do an auto attack, and you're invincible during that auto attack. I threw them out with the hammer. The hammer actually leaves the enemies completely phased out for a while. When you hit them with the hammer, they just get thrown out for a while. Oh, and that's the Wonderful 101.
Well done, team.
A game that I adore way too much in spite of the issues that it has in the port. Seriously, Platinum Games, fix this goddamn game once and for all.
The Wonderful 101.
Gotta show you guys my final results here. I'm only looking at 101% hard because that's where I actually put down my most effort. But one day, I would like to go and actually get pure platinum for all the difficulties. Not today. Of course not today. But someday I'll do it. But the fact that I was able to do it for 101% hard, that's what I'm most proud of. Yeah, I know they're not gonna fix the game. Fuck, man. Ugh. How can you love a game when it has so much port problems? I don't know, man. I just tolerate it way more than most people can. That's why it is so difficult for me to really recommend this game to people. When I recommend this game to other people, I have to tell them the specifics on the things you gotta do. Like, make sure you get version 1 of the game if you're playing it on PC. If you don't want it on PC, I recommend the PS4 version because it's the most stable. And even with the stability it has, it still has issues. No, I do not recommend the Switch version because it runs like shit there. Like, seriously. This is like the monkey's paw of all monkey's paw. We get a game from Platinum Games, self-published, away from Nintendo, and it has port problems. I don't even know if Platinum Games are even aware of it. Like, they did so much stuff for this, and they just pretend like it's all A-okay. That's the ultimate heartbreak of this game. For all the incredible shit it has, the fact that the stability is what holds it back is the most painful thing I can say about this game. See, that's the thing. Like, did you play the game day one? Because the first version of Wonderful 101 is fine. Like, that's how I played it. There was very little bugs in my experience. But then as the game continued to get more updates, something in the code of the game would get bonked. And Platinum Games never really addressed it. Would I recommend this game? Of course I would. I recommend it, but you have to be very aware of these problems. Well, what's done is done. I am looking forward to Platinum Games' next title. I'm sure it'll be a fun game.
Operate.
But until then, this is Set saying thank you all so very much for catching this stream. I had a lot of fun tonight. For the most part, I had a lot of fun. I do wish I could have made more progress in Angel Slayer, because I know that's what a lot of people look forward to seeing the most. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I lost so many viewers when I switched over to the Wonderful 101. I had like 30 people watching, and then when I switched to the Wonderful 101, the viewership just cut down to half. So yeah. There's not much else I can say tonight. I'm very happy you guys were able to catch this stream. I'm very happy that I'm still just a tad bit relevant in the action games community. I do gratefully apologize to all the people that are still waiting for all the new videos that I'm supposed to be putting out soon. I know for a fact that I have those Bayonetta 2 Pure Platinum videos that I gotta get done with, and I know that there are those combo videos that I also have to finish up at some point in my lifetime. But I'll get to it, you know. It's just, with me living on my own, it hasn't been that easy. It really hasn't been that easy for me. You know, living out here in Buffalo, New York. I mean, it's fun. I'm not saying that I regret moving here. I do not regret moving here because I actually have a great time living on my own. I get to work with a lot of great people in my company. I get to do a lot of these things that I like to do on my own. I'm also doing a lot of weight loss routines. I'm working out. I go out for a walk. I lift a couple of weights. I go to my company gym. I'm also learning to cook, and I'm making my own meals. It's a lot of fun. But it's just with all the things that, you know, conflict, it gives me little room to make these videos. But I promise you guys, I'll get to it when I can. And I will be streaming more games in the future. One game that I have plans to stream will be Cereza and the Lost Demon, a game that I never really got around to fully completing. So I think it would be fun if I cover that game. So yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you all so much for catching this stream. It means a lot to me that you guys are willing to stick around and watch all the shit that I do here. Even if I am getting old, and even if I am like not as good as I used to be years ago. Like my Bayonetta skills are very, very rusty these days. I think it also has to do with the fact that I spend a lot of time playing 3, which kind of affects my timing with 1, because 1 doesn't have a buffer input system like 2 and 3 does. So when you play 2 and 3 a lot, you sort of get conditioned into the timing that those games have. So when you jump back into 1, that's when you realize, damn, Bayonetta 1 requires a little bit more stricter timing and certain things. That's why like you saw me doing a lot of pause combos in Angel Slayer, because I was so accustomed to Bayonetta 3's buffer system. But that doesn't make the game bad, because I know a lot of people online that say, oh, Bayonetta 1's combos and combat is very sluggish. Every time I push a button, the combo doesn't come out. But it's like, it's not coming out because you've been conditioned to play with the buffering system that 2 and 3 has, where you could press a button and the game will detect it like 2 seconds later. Like, it's very, very forgiving in that nature, which is a good and bad thing. You know, it's a good thing because now you don't miss combos, but it's a bad thing because the buffering overrides your inputs, which can mess with certain cool tricks that you could do in the first game, but you can't in the second game and the third game because of the way the buffering works. But yeah. Oh, God, I know the CAG diehards are getting old, man. We're fucking old. I'm not that old. I'm 38 years old. I know to some people that sounds like a lot, because a lot of the new Bayonetta fans that we have, they're hitting, like, I'm seeing a lot of Bayonetta fans that are 16 years old. They're not even old enough to be playing a game like this, but it's like Bayonetta influenced them to play it, because they're getting into Bayonetta because Smash Brothers influenced them, you know, because she appeared in the game and kids will gravitate to these cool characters, and Bayonetta is very much a cool character. And damn, it's so weird when I see these people and they're like 16 years old and they're playing Bayonetta. I was 21 when I first played Bayonetta. So it's like, damn, I feel fucking old. But yeah, I should cut it here. Like, I keep rambling on. I feel like rambling on, but it's like, if I keep doing it, I'm going to hurt myself, because my body is starting to ache from sitting on this chair for a while. Someone's got to keep the torch going. I can think of a handful of people that I think rightly deserves it. Although the funny thing is, I'm not the one that'll pass the torch. You know, because I will always be in the back seat coaching players. Hell, I wouldn't mind, you know, coaching anyone who's willing to learn all the cool shit that I'm able to do. I mean, that's why I have a Discord server set up for Bayonetta. So again, for those of you that are watching the stream, if you guys are interested in talking about Bayonetta and learning all the cool combos, I have a Discord server for that. Just check the description down below. Yeah. Thanks for sticking around, Chrysora. Seriously, you've become like a definite OG in these parts, you know. There's a lot of people that I miss from back when I used to stream like more games frequently. I'm not going to call them out by name, but it's like, man, what happened to those people, you know? I feel like as time goes on with me not doing new content, I lose more viewers, like especially the ones that enjoy coming in to watch my stuff. Like, I've lost a great number of those. But hey, it's cool. I'm not complaining. Trust me. I never ask for people to watch my stuff. I never tell people to subscribe to my channel. I never do any of that stuff. I remember there's this dude, Dante Black. You guys should follow Dante Black. He's really good. He plays DMC3 and God of War, and he's always constantly streaming those games. I remember he told me, like, how come you never say like and subscribe in your videos? That would guarantee you more viewers and stuff. And it's like, yeah, true, but I never force it on the people to follow my stuff. I never tell them follow or subscribe or anything like that, because it's like, I would rather my video speak for itself rather than me having to tell people to follow me. Because then those that actually do want to watch my stuff through the video content that I make, those are the ones I want to stick around and watch. You know, if I tell someone to watch, it feels like they're obligated to, and then they're probably not going to like what I do, and then they just bail out. Trust me, I see the algorithm. I also see the stats. I can tell when people subscribe and unsubscribe to my channel. Every day I get like 1 or 2, just small numbers. And then at the end of the week I lose another 5. So it's like, yeah, it's a balancing act, you know. But yeah, no, I'm done here. I have to stop. I want to stop now because, like, if I keep rambling on, we're going to be here for another hour. So, yes. Once again, one last time, thank you all so much for stream. Wow, I'm going crazy. Thank you all so much for catching this stream. I will be back sometime in the future, the near future. I won't be gone for a long time, but I definitely will come back, and I'll try to set up a schedule for interesting streams that I want to do in the future. One idea is this Erase and Lost Demon, and then there's another Bayonetta related thing I want to do, but I'll leave that as a secret for now. So this is Seth saying, stay wonderful, my friends. And until next time.